Okay, everybody, thank you so much for joining us today for our product passion. Rachel and Rebecca send their love. They've had a couple of busy weeks, but we wanted to go ahead and keep up with the training, and the lovely Becky Deckelbaum has agreed to help, and Natalie has agreed to help. And I am definitely going to ask you guys for experiences. So anybody that has an experience, I would love that at the end, and also questions. So first of all, we're going to talk about LongeviD. It's a newer product. From what I could tell, I think we got it just in January, if I'm not mistaken. But I just kind of wanted to share a little bit with you, because when we hear that we all need vitamin D, it's no joke. And I was looking up, because when you have a plant-based vitamin compared to the way you get most of your vitamin D, it says it's bioavailable. And I always use that word, but not quite sure what it means. But bioavailable really means the ability that your body has to absorb it. It's easier for your body to absorb it and to use it than something that's synthetic or something that is not plant-based. So this is a completely plant-based supplement. So already you know the absorption is going to be better for your body. I'm super sorry about my computer making noise. I don't know how to work it. It's Damon's really. So, okay. So here, according to our sheet, are the key benefits of LongeviD, okay? It's great for your immune system. The D3 and the adaptogens that are in it help to modulate your immune system performance. It's great for your bones and joints. There was a lot of studies done on this product that really shows it helps even with osteoporosis. It says the D3 and the other things, cofactors enabled by the probiotics, enhance the absorption of the key minerals like calcium and magnesium, which we all know that we can take a lot of that, but we need them to absorb to benefit us. And those are in the alfalfa and the plantain, which we're going to talk about. It helps us with our mental outlook. It says D3 and the adaptogens play a key role in our stress and mood strength. Again, the mind and body connection. We're talking about how it helps our body and then how it helps us emotionally. This is a very nutritionally dense product. It's got goji and alfalfa, plantain, and those all provide a rich source of vitamins and minerals that sometimes we can't even get out of our diet, even if we're eating organic. And also, amazingly, this product combination will help us with our respiratory system. It says it supports a healthy response in times of illness and allergies, which is incredible. So anyway, so we're going to talk about a few of the products, or a few of the ingredients in it. So Becky Deckelbaum, do you want to take it away?
Sure. I happen to love LongeviD. It was a product when it was announced that I felt like was really missing in Solle, because I'm the kind of person that can't get enough vitamin D from the sun. My vitamin D, my sunshine comes from a bottle. So when I found out that we were getting a vitamin D product, I was so excited, because in the research that was been presented, I found out the vitamin D is oftentimes sourced from animals. In fact, it was sourced from sheep's wool, and I didn't know that. So knowing that this is a fully, like you said, bioavailable plant source product, I thought was really good. And some of the information that I've learned about it is that it says here that we may not be able to go back and fix past mistakes, but we can make changes today that can greatly improve our quality of life and build a solid foundation for our future health. So I love that idea that, when you know better, you do better. And so LongeviD provides 1,000 IUs of plant source vitamin D per capsule. So some people don't realize that they're low on vitamin D, but there's a lot of people that are. And some of the things that I learned from a about vitamin D deficiency is that it can show up in signs of trouble sleeping, lower back pain, and it has to do with your bone health. When you're young, from the time of conception through the day that you die, you always have bones. And so it has a great deal to do with your bone health. Aching muscles, muscle weakness, fatigue, hair loss. These can all be signs of deficiency in vitamin D, as well as eczema, slow healing wounds, getting sick regularly, dizziness, frequent UTIs. I mean, I was just shocked by all of this. Impotence, severe PMS, digestive issues, obesity is connected with a low vitamin D level. Some of the research has shown that people suffering from obesity also had very low vitamin D. Depression, joint pain and inflammation, cognitive function, and excessive sweating, not when it's like hot outside, but it could be 60 degrees, but you could be excessively sweating like in your head and stuff. So those are some signs of low vitamin D, but what I love about the product is that it's included in this is the reindeer lichen. That's where the vitamin D is coming from. And so this reindeer lichen is been shown that the natives of the north used to battle colds, arthritis, and fevers. They use this plant. So this plant is being used, not just pieces of it, but the whole plant. So it's being used synergistically in the body. So that was pretty exciting to me. It has antibacterial properties to fight against digestive tract infections. And it's also shown to help with dexterity and even with balancing, like those dizzy spells I spoke about. Reindeer lichen is supposed to help with that as well. So do you want me to keep going? There's a lot in here. I see you moving your mouth and it's cute, but I can't hear you.
Well, I just want to jump in real quick because I wanted to talk about a couple of the plants, and I'm going to let you pick back up in a second. But there were a couple of things that struck me about some of the plants that are in there. And I don't know, did you look up any of the specific plants? Were you going to break those down at all?
A little bit, but I love how we work synergistically together to get this information out there.
Okay, well, I just, I'm kind of a geek about the plants, but some of the things that I found were some of the products that are in it is a goji berry. Goji berry is in there. And that is amazing because it even helps balance your blood sugar and your insulin levels. So here's a product that we're not even thinking that it works on, blood sugar and insulin and hypoglycemia. And yet the goji berry helps with your pancreas. Also, it lowers your lipids. I had somebody yesterday that asked me about that. And of course, I tell them the normal things like the Excel does and the Cinnamate does, never thinking that the LongeviD would as well. And yet it does. And I feel like the magnesium is one of because the reindeer lichen we talk about that has the D3 and the D2 in it. But the magnesium affects so much. And one of the things I read said that a lack of magnesium can cause neurological dysfunction, including depression. And they said there was one study that was quoted that said that they studied it on animals, and when given doses of magnesium, it was like giving them a strong antidepressant. That's how well it worked on the animals that had these neurological problems. So I thought that was pretty good. And that's just magnesium. That's just one thing. That's not even the vitamin D2 and D3 yet. So go ahead.
Well, what about B12?
Yeah.
B12 is a big component of this product too, which is definitely going to help with your mood. So the alfalfa in it is a great source of A, C, E, K, D, B6, B12, and U. That's amazing, just coming from alfalfa. And alfalfa helps with stress fractures, is great for growing pains. It's a great product. But also then it has the bacteria, and I know Gwen is jonesing to say it, but it's Propionibacterium freudenreichii. Dr. Allison Caldwell Andrews taught us how to say that. And it is a probiotic that stimulates B12 production. So it's exciting that it's in this product as well. So, Natalie, did you want to say something?
I just knew if I waited too long, you guys would take the only points I had. No, but I was thinking about Gwen as well, but I'm all mixed up because I thought we were supposed to say Freud and Reiki. Is that wrong? Is it Freud and Reichii or is it Freud and Reiki? I don't know. Gwen's gonna have to straighten us out. But I was just thinking about the MTHFR gene, and it seems like the longer that I have been a part of Solle, the more and more of us find out that we have that gene. Some of us have a single mutation, some a double. And what that really means is that we don't detox well. And so if our body isn't detoxing well, it really doesn't matter how many supplements we take. It doesn't matter how good we eat, how well we sleep, whatever. If we're not detoxing, if our body cannot detox properly, and that's one of the things that the MTHFR gene prevents people from doing, even more difficult if you have a double mutation, then you're not going to detox. And you can put all this good stuff in your body. You can spend all this money on supplements, and you're going to get frustrated. So what was so exciting about this probiotic, and if correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we added this into the Probio IQ blend as well. I think they did a reformulation of that and added this strand in there because this is such a passion of Dr. Allison Caldwell Andrews because she has this MTHFR gene. And so Solle is so ahead of the times in teaching us about detoxing and wanting us to not just spend our money on supplements, but really healing and teaching others also how to make the most of their own healing journey. So this LongeviD, of course, being a new baby for Solle, that they're going to add this probiotic into the blend. And so it helps the body make this B12. And I think Gwen would probably be a much better person too. She does such a good job at explaining this. But it actually helps us to make the B12. And I know me personally, this is a huge issue. I've had to get B12 injections because I'm so low in it. So it contributes to depression. It contributes to, like Becky was talking about, bone health. So I love that this blend has that in there. Of course, you're going to get even more so if you're combining it with the Probio IQ. I'm going to stop on that for there if you guys have more to say. But the other thing I wanted to add is that I love that it has the organic MCT oil extract, healthy fats, medium chain triglycerides are so important in a healthy diet because it helps us to be able to absorb our vitamin D. Again, going back to, it doesn't matter what all we're taking if our body's not absorbing it and using it. So I love that this has that in there as well. That's going to help with weight loss. It's going to help with the absorption of all the other things that we're taking in Solle and even in the food that we eat. So that's what I had.
I love it. I also was listening to Valerie, and she said that it even adding this into your diet, if you're a person that goes for chiropractics, it helps you to hold your alignments better and longer as well. So that was pretty exciting to hear. And it does have Jaduchi. That's the adaptogen in it. I hope that I'm saying it right. It's been described as one of one in which protects the body. It's classified as a bitter and astringent, is as bitter and astringent with a special action to destroy toxins both internally and externally. And it's traditionally been used to promote life, longevity, increase strength, increase appetite, as a blood cleanser, digestive aid, and alleviate skin disorders, and as an aphrodisiac. I don't know about that, but that's what it says. And so it's got a lot of great components in there that they're using the whole plant. It's not just, you know, some companies may use the different cuts of the plant. This is the whole plant. And I love that. And personally, I don't know if we're at the point where we want to give a testimonial, but I will tell you that I am a person that, you know, you've heard me say it before, that I have to get my sunshine from a bottle. So once I started using this, what I noticed right off the bat is that I was sleeping better. So I was going to bed, sleep at night, but I was staying asleep through the night. And I felt like I was sleeping more soundly. And also I have some joint and back pain that when I started this vitamin D, it started to alleviate that as well. So I don't think that people think about vitamin D when it comes to their backs, but Valerie was also doing a study, information on a presentation about how a lot of back doctors that do surgery say that most of the patients come in being very low in vitamin D. So if we could just increase our vitamin D, we might notice some of those aches and pains going away. She even said there was a study that that showed that there was a reduction in ringing in the ears, which I had not really thought about. And so I'm good. My husband suffers, so I'm going to get him to bump up his vitamin longevity a little bit more. So anyway, that's what I've got, Tammy. Is that good?
That's good. I want to jump in real quick because Guducci is so amazing. Guducci, you said, is the adaptogen?
Yes.
So does everybody know what an adaptogen is? Adaptogens adapt to you. They're super smart herbs that go in and figure out where your stressors are emotionally and physically. So the Guducci is one of those amazing herbs in there that personalizes the product for you. And this is another one that helps with your blood sugar. It's anti-diabetic, the studies have shown. So goji berry, Guducci, then it's also anti-microbial. It helps, another one that helps with your blood lipids. So if you're looking for something to help out with your cholesterol, this one would be a good product because there's 2 products so far that help with that. And how important vitamin D is and D2, one of the studies showed that autoimmune diseases will attack a person that has low levels of D2 and D3. More so than people that have good levels. So super important since we see autoimmune diseases just constantly now. There was one more point I wanted to share. Oh, I know. There is the goji berry helps with your kidney function. And your kidneys and your bones are related. So if you have bad kidneys, then your bones are going to suffer. So keeping your kidneys healthy are also going to help you with your bone health. So I thought that was super interesting. And that's the goji berry that helps balance that. Also, another shout out to Soul Naturals for being a whole plant company. One of the studies brought out that with the Guducci, we do use the whole plant, and that when you only use components of a plant, really technically, you can't call the product natural anymore. If it's the whole plant, then you can actually call it natural. So if you're just extracting stuff, then it can't really be called natural. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Alfalfa. Did y'all talk about alfalfa? Alfalfa helps with even your sinuses and your allergies and sneezing and your runny nose. And so I just feel like if you break all these different herbs down, what vitamin D does is almost everything. The most interesting one I read about was the plantain leaf powder. So plantains are, you know, a food that everybody eats. That is amazing. It has phytochemicals in it, and it had a bunch of them. So the slide had a bunch of phytochemicals, and what those do are all sorts of amazing things for your body. But it makes the longevity antifungal. So let's put that into, like, that's candida, that's a fungus. Antiviral, and that's big viruses that we're fighting against, and antibacterial. So things you would even use antibiotic for. And then that one plant is also anti-inflammatory. So that's just one plant. We've each talked about just kind of little bits and pieces, but when you put it all together, you can see why the combination is so amazing to just take every single day as a foundation product. So I think it's pretty important. Okay, did anybody have anything else you two want to add, or anybody else want to add? And then we can move to, we've got 5 minutes if anybody has a testimonial.
Gwen wants to say something.
Go ahead.
There we go. I wanted to say about the B12, what's so good about it for me and for people like me is I eat a plant-based diet. So the supplement that all plant-based proponents, or everyone that's a proponent of plant-based diet, agrees that everyone needs when they don't eat any animal products is B12, because B12 is in animal products because the animals, when they eat grass or, you know, whatever grain they're given, they're getting the dirt also, and it has that bacteria that I love to say in it. And so I need that. Everyone needs it, but especially those that eat a plant-based diet really need B12. So for me, it really is a foundational product. I have to take that and the probiotic every day to encourage my body to produce B12. And I'm just so happy that I have a natural plant-based way to do that with products that are made from whole plants.
That's so good to know, Gwen. I did not know that. See how smart we all get when we attend these classes, Becky Deckelbaum?
Well, I was just going to say that it's recommended that when you take vitamin D, that you take it along with a fat. Gwen probably knows this, you know, probably an avocado, or having some of the infatuate in the morning, because it helps your body to absorb it better. So when you take it, it's a good idea to take it around some fat that you're also consuming.
Excellent. Okay, we literally have 3 minutes before we start our specialist training. Does anybody want to share their experience with longevity? Thank you, Becky, for sharing hers. Anybody else want to share? No? Okay. Well, when I watched the webinar with Val, so many people were having amazing results with it, and a lot of it including emotional results. Some people were sleeping better. They felt calmer. So just think of grabbing it for everything. I mean, I think we've talked about the whole gamut. It should just be one of those staple items in your little arsenal. But even emotionally, what the vitamin D does for you emotionally, what the magnesium does for you emotionally, and then you're protecting yourself from all sorts of other things, autoimmune diseases and viruses and bacteria. So anyway, thank you everybody for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Thanks for Becky for pinch hitting today. I said it wrong this morning. I said pitch hitting, and my husband's like, no, honey, it's pinch. I'm like, oh, right. Pitch is when you throw it. So anyway, thanks Becky for pinch hitting, and Natalie for helping us out as well. So we're going to have a specialist training now. If anybody wants to stay on, feel free. But if not, you guys, thank you for joining us. We will have another product passion next week this time. Did anybody take take account of who's here? I did not.
Watch the recording, you'll know later.
Okay, okay, and then I'll do a spin to win separately. I forgot about that, you guys. But we
It was
will
19.
give away a bottle of LongeviD, and I will do a spin to win and send to you guys and let y'all see who won, okay? I'm so sorry, I forgot about that. I'm such a bad leader. Okay, so thank you guys. Thanks for joining us. And anybody that wants to stay on, we will start in about 2 minutes.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to log off. My kids are doing a painting class with Wendy. I'm gonna give them this and I'll log back in from my phone.
Fun.
And so cute. They're all set up, but I gotta give them the laptop and I'll be back on.
Okay.
You're still recording.
How do you think I stopped that? Oh, how about this button up here? Okay. This is the problem with doing stuff on your husband's computer. Is it stopping it? Okay, there.